Hello, hello. We are here with Terra Nullius, episode 49. I had to look at the title on the Twitch page.
One is going to be 50 episodes.
I know. Next week is, or not next week, but next time we play, it's going to be our 50th episode extravaganza.
It'll be time for a midlife crisis.
Well, we're going to
have that already. Yeah, we kind of had that with Miggy.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Sorry,
what important thing happens at 50 in people's lives?
5. No, not a senior discount. You get that at 55, I think.
Yeah.
If you had children young, you could be a grandparent.
That's true.
It's a half a century, like that's a big accomplishment.
It is a big accomplishment. It's just nothing like actually interesting happens at that age.
There we go, guys. That's something pretty special that happens at age 50. Most people get their first colonoscopy at the age of 50.
Oh, I'm not going to make the joke. This just popped in my head.
Looking forward to that next week.
Colonoscopy today. That's what's happening.
Looking forward to that next episode. That'll be good.
Not making the joke. Nope.
Oh, boy. All right. Anyway. Okay, so we're going to pick up with our adventure party here in the world of Terra Nullius.
Wait.
Let's go ahead and let's review our goals. Figure out where everybody is. All right, we got Tepin.
Okay.
/ Tapuma Inksali.
We still haven't talked about this first one, really.
True. Oh, yeah.
Get revenge on the 7 serpents.
Yeah.
Protect Raia. And should I reveal what the third one is? We kind of got a hint at it last time.
This isn't Bernie Will. You don't have to tell people what your beliefs are.
Hoop-de-doo then! Hoop-de-doo it is! But I feel like...
gonna get you killed again, Seth.
It better not! It got other people killed.
True. All right, cool, awesome. Yeah.
I should think of something else besides Hoop-de-doo, though.
I mean, that's interesting.
Well, Hoop-de-doo was a Toidy's goal, though.
Oh, right. I see what you're saying. A different type.
Shoop-de-woo. There we go.
Shoop-de-woo.
All right, Raia.
Kill Mazigol, learn what Faustino's mission is, and make Sabu fall in love with me. ...
Again. Cool.
With a DM question mark at the end of that.
Arie.
Get out of my contract with Lord of Burrow. Hope to do that today. And I'm switching out my other 2 goals. She don't care about faking it until you make it anymore, because Mickey's the douche who wrote her a letter that was like, I take back everything I said.
And he very much he very much regrets ever writing that.
Right. So protect those that I love is my new goal. And my 3rd goal, move forward in my relationship with Samuel.
Okay, interesting. So that's something that you could always get working on XP for, but you could never get accomplished XP because there's not an actual milestone there.
Okay, so that's true. I didn't think about
what is the next step in your relationship with Samuel?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Right? Yeah.
Because the thing is that like Arie's like, I don't know if I like actually want to like be with my girlfriend.
Is the next step making it Facebook official?
That's why I just said that ambiguous, like, move forward.
Right, and that's fine. You can have that as a goal. Just know that you will never actually accomplish that goal. You can get working on XP, certainly. But
oh my gosh.
Okay, maybe
Soul Scroll, the D&D.
Because I want to say something to figure out what I want to do with Samuel, but then that's just like a okay, well, how does Arie roll for that though? I don't. I mean,
no, to like test the waters, right? Like learn more about Samuel and who he is now, and like how you guys are maybe compatible or not compatible, and then come to a decision point, right?
Okay,
yeah.
So I guess come to a decision about what I want with Samuel.
Yeah. Yeah.
To a decision with what I want with.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right. Awesome. Darius.
Darius has not changed any of his goals from last time. Figure out what's different with Clement.
Yep.
Atone.
Mm-hmm.
Put an end to the death apocalypse.
Nice.
Caleb, I after what you said to Alyssa, I updated Shoop-de-woo. you want to look at that.
All right.
Because that's kind of a little more a goal than just a thing I do.
So the 3 that are don't have an X on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I named them, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. So I'm glad that
yeah,
you have that written down.
You named that, not me.
I know. Awesome. Cool. Yeah. Wait, what? Can I not Control F? What's going on here? There you go. Oh, that does a different thing. Interesting. Sorry, I'm just trying to find something real quick. Cool. Awesome. Well, one thing I did want to start with here, because you have access to this new map that you found, the one that has lies written all over it, Arie and Samuel probably put their heads together, and then I just revealed most of this section of land to you guys.
Wow.
So there isn't just like one little string of stuff that you guys can see.
That's nice.
But rather,
Cool.
you now have.
Can you add lies to it to see so we can see where all the lies are?
That's actually a good question.
Yeah, let me
Just
see.
like maybe make like a small X on them so we can like see.
Or a text box that says lies.
Lies. lies.
Or hands drawn with the drawing tool that says lies. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Incredible.
Wow.
The token
More
still
lies.
has
Whoa.
Toity
So
on
many
it.
lies.
Oh
Oh my
my
gosh. Wow.
So many lies, so little time.
Oh my gosh, that's so many lies.
That sounds like a good name for an episode. So many lies, so little time.
So that's fun.
Okay. Great. Wonderful.
Which was one of the ones that says lies, the temple we were just by?
Yeah, isn't it one would be in our square, correct?
Yeah. Yes. So there's one more right.
Okay.
We are lies.
Well, technically, that token is a lie. It has Toity on it.
That's sad.
I
Okay.
We should just
All right.
Photoshop Tepin's face over it.
Over Toity.
Pretty sure Tepin's a lot taller than that, but yes.
Yeah.
Well, it would still be funny if we just Photoshop his face.
That would be funny. And then stretch out his body.
Make him just taller than Darius.
All right, cool. Yeah. So there you go. You have a bit more of a handle on like what the surrounding region is like. So you know that, right over here is Faustino's camp. Arendira's city. They called it the Dying Flames base.
Ooh.
And then yeah.
Makes sense, actually.
And then we have, so this is where Mazayol's like home base is, like right over here. And can you guys see the green border?
No.
That's because it was in the GM layer.
Oh.
There it is.
So that's Arendira's
domain,
basically.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Was.
Yeah. I mean, again, these are like.
Well, as far as we
mean
know,
as much.
is.
But they're supposed to have a UNT.
Right.
Prominently exist in that region. So.
That makes sense.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So I guess we open up on January 17th, 1493.
Are we? Wait, did we have the 16th and I missed it?
Yes.
Where did it go?
Unless I did something wrong, which is possible, but I'm pretty sure it was on the 17th.
Time travel. I knew it.
Because I don't think I edited it at the end of last session. And it was on the 16th when I read it last.
Oh.
Because now it would be, because you guys.
We started on the. Oh, okay. So.
Right.
I have that we started on the 15th last episode, and then we really only did one day, and then we camped, right?
I believe so, yes.
So then it would be the 16th right now. Did I miss a day somewhere? I didn't think I did.
We stopped?
No, because we can't. You camped at the end of episode 47 and this, and then we had another full day of stuff, and we camped at the end of last session. So now it should be the 17th.
Okay.
There was one full day that happened in each session. I know for sure because I remember distinctly each of the like we're now camping scenes.
Episodes,
so yeah. Sure, should be 17th. Okay, so you guys are over here.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys, I assume, want to... So I'm going to pop this away so I can actually move this.
Closer to the camp, yes.
Continue on this way.
Mm-hmm.
All right. No role involved, anything like that. You guys are making your way towards Faustino's camp. Really, the only question is nothing really happens during this day. But if there's anything that you guys want to do, any conversations you want to have, now would be the time to do it before, next day. It's Faustino time. So,
I mean, I'd just be attempting to talk to Sabu about anything that's not the job.
About anything that's not
literally anything. Do you like cheese?
Make a small talk roll.
Do you like cheese?
Do you
So what's with this weather?
It's a she's the man reference. Oh my.
Oh, okay.
Why, yes, my favorite Buddha. So is it persuasion? What would it be?
I would imagine so. Yeah, I don't know what else it would be. Probably be persuasion. She's trying to incline him towards you with small talk. Yeah, I mean, I think it's going well, right? It's going rather well. You guys are getting along pretty nicely. I think the initial awkwardness has started to fade a little bit as you guys just start talking about. And the thing is, like, Raia and Sabu have always had a lot in common and stuff to talk about. And so as soon as the initial awkwardness of your two personalities starts to fade away, you guys have things to talk about. You have conversations to have. So it's beginning to feel a little bit more natural.
It's beginning to feel a lot like love.
But Raia, go ahead and make an insight check for me.
Okay.
I thought you were about to ask her to make an inside joke.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, you're
Only
starting to
an
notice,
18.
You're starting to notice more and more that there are discrepancies in the things that he remembers or the things that you know about Sabu, right? Just little things, right? But it's like Sabu's favorite cheese has always been Gouda. That's not an actual example, but like that sort of thing, right? And his favorite things in a lot of areas, and then suddenly a few of them are different. And
wait,
you're unsure whether or not
so long ago.
Yeah, you're unsure whether or not that's just like he's changed or something else is wrong. But yeah,
I know a way to make together to be sure what it is, but I don't know. I don't think I would actually do this.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else have conversations?
I have a question first.
Yeah.
Would Jordan, would Darius try talking to me during this day, or would he be more focused on Clement?
Darius would probably be. What is Darius doing?
Because this
I actually wanted to have a conversation with Darius.
I feel like Darius is probably. No, I feel like he would have a conversation. Like, I feel like he would try to talk to Tepin in the morning. I feel like he would try to focus on Clement at night.
But like during the walking part, like when
during the walk? Yeah, I feel like he'd probably just be talking to Tepin. Yeah, I could see that. Darius.
Okay, because that'll affect what I end up doing. Because if Tepin doesn't have quiet time, he might not do what he was hoping to do, I guess.
Okay, well,
I might wait till night if that's the case.
I mean, I could see Darius going either way.
I mean, Alyssa, did you say Arie was going to have a conversation?
Arie wants to have a conversation with Darius.
Because it could happen if that's the case.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's why Darius doesn't talk to Tepin, because Arie's talking to him. But...
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Okay. You should have that conversation so I can gauge how much time Tepin would have.
Yeah. So sorry, Jordan. I'm gonna put you on the spot here. I already warned you about this earlier today.
You did.
But yeah, Arie kind of like, as they're walking, like she doesn't walk with Samuel. She walks with Darius this time, kind of like holding up the rear, probably. I think.
Yeah.
While Samuel's up at the front, and I think Darius just knows that like something's going on with her. Yeah,
because Arie's usually the one that's heading everything up.
Right.
And so
but this time she's like holding back, like, because she's like, I want to have a conversation with you.
Yeah, I think when Darius notices that Arie's not, I think he knows something immediately.
I mean, you already know because of the insight roll from last night, but yeah, you know something's up. But
yeah.
Arie just kind of like is looking down very awkwardly, and she's like, Darius, I think I did something stupid last night.
Okay.
Miggy also did something stupid last night, so it's okay.
Hopefully that's not bad.
Well, I mean, he wrote her. That's what he's. That's
what okay. That's just okay.
The undoing of everything he's ever said to Arie.
I mean, I think she's just like, I don't know if she really gives you time to respond to that or not, but she's just like, I think I need to ask you something if you don't mind.
Leaders.
So, you said that in the world that you're from, Miggy and I got married, right?
You did. I officiated it.
Probably wouldn't have had anybody else, but this might sound like a really dumb question, but and so Jordan, you can totally make this part up, okay? I'm leaving this in your hands. That's why I'm putting you on the spot here.
Okay.
Did I meet Samuel in the other world as well?
Now, just as a preliminary, Caleb, do I get inspiration for this, by the way? Since I'm kind of
picking stuff up.
Right. Yeah, I am totally fine with that. If you want to give us any, like, whenever you want to give us parallel world stuff, for sure you can get inspiration for that. Yeah.
What happened with Arie's story and with Samuel in the parallel world?
Leaving it in your hands here.
Yeah.
As am I.
I know. I didn't want to leave it in Caleb's hands. I'm like, I will leave this in Jordan's hands.
Yeah, no, I already said that.
You met him and you killed him.
You met him and you killed him. Oh my gosh.
That might be pretty lit.
What? It's like, Samuel is actually your brother.
In the parallel world. God, that'd be so weird.
And you murdered him.
With the dragon.
He died. Oh, man.
Okay. So anyways.
You asked Jordan, not me.
Yeah, let me think. I think I have.
Basically asking, like, did he also come here? Did we meet? Like, yeah.
Yeah, I think Darius says, we didn't make it this far.
So I didn't meet him.
Not yet. We had no idea knowing whether or not he'd be here.
Yeah.
For all I know, in that universe, he could be storming the castle right now. Or he could actually be gone.
Darius, part of me was kind of hoping that you'd say, yeah, you met him and you did the right thing in that version when Miggy was alive. Well, I mean, I don't know. He's still alive now, I guess, but just different.
Arie, you know what I've noticed between... Okay, quick. Let me make a quick clarification, Caleb. Do I have all of this Darius world's memories, or what?
No. Yeah. You would have to. Basically, it's up to you what is the same and what is not.
Right.
Anything that's come up at this point. So the idea of the resurrection magic, the way it works is that for the most part, it's going to be relatively the same, just because the parallel worlds are relatively the same.
Right.
Like, that's just kind of the way it works. They're very, very similar to each other. At least for the resurrection magic to work the way it does, it would have to be a version of this person, right, who is similar enough that it's not going to be ridiculously obvious as soon as they come through that they're not the same person. And also you lose your specific memories about being in another parallel dimension. So
right, but Darius didn't know up until that point. So I operated under the entire assumption that I was the old Darius, and with the old Darius's
right. And so whatever, you can totally decide that, right? If there's a piece of knowledge that you want this Darius not to know about original Darius, that's fine. But we can also just assume that everything that Darius knows and did, for the most part, is the same.
Okay. Well,
but you don't assimilate the actual memories of your replacement, of the person you're replacing. That is not what happens.
Okay. Well, I was just trying to think of a way to phrase this and to see if this actually made sense, but I think I know how to say it. What was the last thing? Oh, all right. Arie was talking about whether or not the Arie from Darius's world would have done the right thing or not. And I think Darius says, one thing that is, as far as I can tell, consistent between my life in my world as Darius and the Darius from here is that we both had a lot of struggle, a lot of regrets tied to Calvitis. No matter what, neither that Darius nor I have the choice to go back and undo those mistakes. But we both had the choice to learn from them and to keep moving forward. You don't...
I don't feel guilty for what happened last night. I don't. I think what I feel guilty about are the things that I told Miggy when we said goodbye. And I'm wondering how much I actually meant those things. I'm wondering how much he meant those things.
Well, hearts change, Arie. Ideas, feelings, they can all change.
I just feel guilty because it's not like he's gone. It's not like he's dead. He's still watching. He's still out there. I don't know if Miggy can hear us right now or not. I don't know how it works. I don't know, but I need you to do something for me, Darius. If for some reason you talk to him, I feel like you're the only person here who would. Maybe Raia, but I don't think I really want her to say this to him. But if for some reason he can't hear us right now, if he doesn't know what I'm saying, give him this message. Unless he has a legitimate reason to talk to me again, for us to be together, I don't want to hear it. Unless he has, I offered to stay there. And he told me no. He told me to come here and live my life. And by doing that, he gave up any right he has to tell me what to do. So then she takes out the journal, hands it to him, says, I know you can't read this, and that's part of the reason I'm giving it to you. But I also just trust you to hold on to this until I know what to do with it. But I can't open this anymore, not knowing that he could try to talk to me again. I can't do it. He gave up the right to tell me what to do. And I feel guilty saying that because he gave up everything for me, but I can't do it. I can't. So please, Darius, please just take this from me.
Darius takes the book and like he looks at it for a moment and he puts it in his pack and he like puts his hand like up on Arie's shoulder and says, let's see how should I say this? Arie, nobody will ever have to tell you what to do. You can decide for yourself. You get to make that choice. That is your decision. And so, just so you know, whatever that decision is, whether I think it's a good decision or a bad decision, whether Raia or anyone else here thinks it's a good or a bad decision, whether Miggy sees this and hears us and thinks it's a good or bad decision. If you make a decision, I will be here to ride it through with you. And I'll do whatever I can to keep you safe and to make sure you come out of this. We can't hear you.
Hear me? No? What?
Now
Now
we
we
can.
Okay, we good?
Yeah.
Might need to talk up or speak up a little bit.
Yeah, I think with Jordan and your mic, sometimes when you aren't talking loud enough, it doesn't pick up the
It has like a level that it doesn't pick up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she was just gonna I forgot what I was gonna say. She's just like, I got your back, Darius. I don't know what I want right now. I just know that I don't want to leave Samuel's side. And that I want to keep you and Raia safe.
Arie, there are two things that I want. Number one, a good meal. Two, to make sure you can all come out of this and live a normal life.
I'll toast to that over Faustino's alcohol tomorrow.
Just be careful with the alcohol. I've known a couple of people that have.
We'll see.
Archie's
Thanks,
like
Darius.
speaking of her, technically.
That was,
Well,
the,
it
that was
happened.
the implication.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
he said a couple of people. He was like,
Yeah.
I've known a couple of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Thanks.
So Darius, do you take a look at the journal at all, or you leave it in your pack? Obviously, you can't read it, but
I think like, does Arie just sit back there with him the whole time, or does she like eventually go up? And...
I think eventually she goes up to like be with Samuel. Yeah.
Yeah, I think like after she goes up to be with.
I think we
Samuel,
chat for a little bit longer, but yeah.
yeah.
Just about random stuff, and I think after she goes up, he pulls out the journal again and just opens it up and kind of flips through the pages.
Everything is blank.
It's like
The whole thing is just erased.
What?
Darius is like, no, I know I can't read, but
It's not supposed to be this bad.
What?
This is not how it.
What a that pisses me off. Freaking Caleb.
He just keeps flipping through all the pages and like, maybe there's something more to this reading that I need to figure out.
Like, it's not what it looked like when
Like Braille or something? Like
Right, yeah.
oh.
But I think Darius, like you're not that stupid. Like you know that like Miggy must have like erased it himself. Like
Make a check to see if Darius actually.
well, I think part of it's like a preternatural instinct because you're connected with him,
Okay, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Like I think you
I
just
think-
you get it right
I think
away.
Darius like, as he realizes it, he just lets out a sign. He's just like, and then he takes it and like grabs it by the binds and just shakes it a bit to see if anything comes out or anything happens.
See if any
No.
Or look at the paper.
see if any
Dang
spare
it, Caleb, you messed up what I wanted to do with it eventually.
Actually, you know what? You know one thing that does fall out, Darius? A ring.
Oh.
And Darius stops and says, "Look," and he reaches down and picks it up.
But also like it's part of the idea is like Arie had this journal before and she probably flipped through it. There's no way that she would have missed this. So it's right. It's all part of this thing that Miggy is doing here.
I have a question. Would
I think Darius like picks it up and he stands up, and he like a few like we just get like that thought bubble or like the brain bubble where you see Darius's head and then you see the gears just.
Yeah.
And then the light but it just comes on, boom, and he's like, he really was slower than ours. And then he like kind of he almost says to himself, "You might need to talk later."
Okay, I have a quick question.
And then real quick, I think you hear in your mind, Darius, we can talk now. The ring isn't for her, Darius.
It's for you.
Whoa.
Like,
Plot twist.
I mean, Raia?
What?
Okay, I have a quick question.
He's asking if the ring is for Raia.
Yeah.
I think Miggy actually says what? Like confused.
I have a quick question.
No, she has the orb. Yeah, go ahead.
Would Arie have like sent Tepin to the front and then like sent him back like when like traded places with him for a little bit?
I don't think so. No, she doesn't care what you're doing.
Okay, so I was just there the entire time you two were talking, and now.
Well, we were behind.
We were like, I purposefully pulled.
Oh, you
Darius
went
back.
behind. Okay.
Yeah, like to talk to him
Okay, so
in private, so no one could hear us.
Yeah.
Okay, because
we were also speaking in Dwarvish the whole time.
Oh, I can understand anything.
Well, that's true, I guess.
Oh yeah.
I was very intentional. I can understand anything, anytime. The reason
I also speak Dwarvish.
The only reason I was asking is because if Tepin had seen this ring, he would have been very intrigued. He likes rings.
So guys, my puppy is dreaming right now.
Oh.
She's just like making little noises in her sleep.
Okay, so
Cute.
what's the ring for?
Yeah, so
Okay.
Miggy says like what? And like confused at your question. And then and then he says, no, she has the orb. Darius, it's for you. This how I can talk to you right now.
Oh.
And Darius is like, oh, that makes much more sense. Wait, how did you wait?
I'm a god.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, fair point.
I've
Learned a lot.
Darius, I'm not going to use this very often. I have a lot on my mind and a lot to take care of right now. But I thought it would be nice for you to have it just in case. The only thing I really want to say to you right now is, I mean, Arie didn't tell you the specifics of what happened. But what I did on purpose. I did it for her. You see, Arie doesn't move on easily. Just like she doesn't latch on easily. I felt this would be easier. Give her something to be angry at instead of for her to be wallowing in sorrow for a while. So.
Dang you, Caleb. Why do you have to make Miggy so freaking perfect? Couldn't just let him be flawful. That's fine.
Flawful.
Yeah, I just made up the word, okay?
A falafel? He's a falafel.
He's a falafel.
I think Darius smirks, almost sadly, and looks up at Arie and Samuel. You know, Miguel, you are all, can I call him Miguel? I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
You're always a clever man.
I try. It helps when you're a god, I guess.
Well, it's helpful that you get to serve a merciful god. One question about this ring.
Mm-hmm.
How do you want me to keep it on me? Because if I put this ring on my finger, all of a sudden people are going to ask questions. Darius, where did you get that ring?
I won't really need you to be wearing it all the time. Just keep it on your person. You'll know when I want to talk to you.
Good to know. If you, at that point, do I need to put it on then, or I guess it's not on now, so.
Yeah, just touch it. That's all you need.
Okay. Miguel, one more thing.
Of course.
Not that it means much, seeing as you're, a god.
We've gone over that several times, yes.
But I am here for you too.
Thank you. Willow says hi, by the way.
Oh, Willow.
Willow.
Hope she's doing well. Is she helping?
She's the only reason the whole thing hasn't collapsed in on itself.
Yeah, she's
Turns
good
out
for
being a
that.
god is harder than I thought.
Yeah?
There's a lot going on still, Darius. I told Raia most of this through Isaac, but she of the Jade Skirt is stirring. I can feel her. If she awakens... Well, suffice it to say, she's really the thing that I'm holding back more than anything. She and what she brings with her.
Just tell us what we need to do on our end.
Gather allies. Raia knows.
And Darius says, and speaking of allies, and he looks over at Clement. And Tepin. He kind of glances between them.
Yeah. So I think Miggy is silent for a moment. And I think he says, I don't know, Darius.
He doesn't?
That's what scares me. I can't really read either of them.
Really?
I'm not omniscient. There's an archive here. A store of knowledge. I don't know everyone's hearts. Watch them closely. That's all I can say.
Of course. And do you know how Arie is doing? It's hard to, speak with her now.
What do you mean by that?
Is this the DM asking, or is this Miggy asking?
That was me asking.
Okay, so this is Caleb asking.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, Caleb.
Okay,
Caleb
so I'm like, wait, Caleb is
when did we break character?
Darius means like, with everything that's like on her shoulders and like serving as the guardian, and
You mean Raia?
that's what I meant. Did I say Arie?
Yeah, you said Arie.
Dang.
Yeah.
I meant Raia. It's those A's and the R's. So yeah, he asks Miggy, how is Raia doing? This episode of Terra Nullius is brought to you by puppies.
This episode of Terra Nullius is brought to you by patreon.com/Caleb and Polly. Please subscribe for more awesome content like this. He just put out some new music, so you should totally go check it out.
I did. Thank you, Alyssa.
And
Thank you.
speaking of music, if you're in Kansas and are looking to book a show, especially in Lewis, Kansas, let me tell you about this wonderful band called Lemongrass.
Yeah, there you go.
That's facebook.com/lemongrassks.
Yeah, my puppy was trying to chew some cords, so
Puppy chewing
put a
cords.
stop to that.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing.
So what were what were you saying? Jordan?
How's Raia?
Yeah, how's Raia, not Arie?
I gotcha. How's Raia? Better than she was in season 3. No. Yeah, he says better than she was. Sabu is, well, putting her in a better mood, I think. You know, though, don't you, Darius?
I've had my guess.
Well, the guess is correct. I just hope she doesn't fall too hard when she comes to the edge of that cliff.
Should I tell her?
No. Coming from you, it would almost seem like an insult.
True.
Let her find it out herself. I have to leave now. I probably won't be back for quite some time, so the last thing I will say, Darius, is don't hesitate to do whatever is necessary to stop this. Maziel has to die. And I know that seems like a horrifying prospect given the fact that he killed the last enemy that you faced, and that ruined Toity, almost killed all the rest of us. Don't hesitate to do whatever you need to do. Ally with whoever you need to ally with to make sure that this does not happen. Moral neutrality is okay. I'm not expecting some sort of paragon of virtue from any of you. We're at war.
Well, if we can convince Navarro, that would be one more ally.
You mean Faustino?
No.
Okay.
Are you going to attempt to convince Faustino and Navarro to work together with you? I don't think that's an easy prospect.
There is nothing about this that is easy, Miguel.
Yes, you're right. No, yeah. Go for it.
I don't see.
Navarro is still alive, at the least. They've left the Isle of Solemn Graves, though.
Who all is with him? Do you know? How many?
Most of the verdict. Most of the verdict that was with him before.
The who?
Right.
Darius doesn't know.
Never mind.
Wait. Is this one of those things that I wasn't allowed to know because I was the guy who was cleaning the ship?
No, not that exactly. We may have honestly talked about it in your presence. Maybe you just didn't notice.
There's a lot of things I didn't notice.
Anyway, yeah, Navarro was on the mainland, at least.
I'm sure Adeline is having fun with him.
He's an estate, that's for sure, but I guess, yes, he could still be an ally. What I guess I'm trying to say, Darius, is you may have to turn the Seven Serpents against him. Remember, if they don't want She the Jade Skirt to come back, only Mazayol does. They're comfortable with the power dynamic, but he wants her back.
That is what I was afraid of. That we'd have to partner with them. However,
I think it's almost inevitable.
Of course. Well, we'll have to get to work with that.
Yes.
Godspeed, Miggy.
Because he's a god.
Exactly.
Godspeed to yourself. And take care of them.
Always.
I know I could count on you, Darius. Good luck.
You too, Miggy. You too.
And you can already sense that the presence is left.
I think he still says it.
Yeah.
Darius puts the ring in his pack.
So I have a lot of time to talk. Well, like free, I have a lot of opportunity, I guess I should say.
Mm-hmm.
I have no clue how long this is gonna go. This is gonna
go
be a lot of improv. I feel.
Okay, all right.
So you kind of
Sounds like
see.
something you're into.
You kind of. We'll see. This is the fact that we have not discussed my backstory very heavily is gonna make this interesting. So you're gonna see. You see Tepin kind of standing there, kind of walking by himself, I guess, really, which is honestly what he was kind of hoping for. And you kind of see him there kind of like flicking kind of one of his fingers like this, but it's noticeably a finger that doesn't look like it has a ring on it. And you just kind of see him sitting there kind of flicking it. And he says, oh, again, gotta get in the voice. You did not tell me you were dead.
I didn't know before today.
You didn't know that you're dead.
Do ghosts tend to know?
I thought you were a god.
I'm the image of a god, it turns out. The remnants, what's left, a projection.
Okay, is that technically how the item works? Is it just his projection? I thought it was his actual soul, or is that pretty much the same thing?
Yeah, you don't know. We haven't really delved into the metaphysics of that specifically.
Okay, that was me out of character more so asking. So
right, and me. That was also me as out of character saying.
Yeah, okay, just making sure. So you don't know what happened?
What do you mean? What happened?
Well, you're dead. You don't know how you died. You don't know. You don't know what happened at all. You don't have no memory of passing from one state to another.
I remember a bloody battle, that's for sure. A bunch of rebellious children trying to cut me down.
Do I know? Do I, as a player, know the rebellion he's talking about? Is that the one I'm thinking?
I don't know. What are you thinking of?
Is it the vision we had, like Raia had?
Of the four,
yeah,
the hero twins. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, it's that. Oh my gosh.
That's what he's referencing. Like, anyone who's watching the show would be able to pick that up.
Mm-hmm. So you were in a battle, and you died.
Yes.
Huh. So all this time I've been serving a dead god?
Yes and no. You serve the aspect known as death, the power source that all of us draw our strength from. Ultimately, when anyone ever worships a god, they're not worshipping the person so much as they're worshipping the power behind the person. And so I guess in the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if you have the right name, though it does help you talk to them.
And see, this is where we need to talk more about his backstory, because there's a very specific reason that Tepin's a little pissed that he didn't know he was dead.
Yeah.
I've
had a lot of time to think through a lot of things. Did you know that when you revisit old memories, they change? They get tainted? The only real way to keep a memory intact is to not think about it, and then return to it at the smell of a lilac tree or the sight of a fruit. Simple things like that. And then it comes back, and you haven't touched it in years. It's there, waiting for you. But if you keep rethinking the same events over and over again for thousands of years, well, then it's really hard to tell whether or not the thing you're thinking of, the memory you remember, is actually true or not.
This is
what I'm trying to
say,
Tepin. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Exactly, yeah.
This is actual psychology.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Memory's a weird thing.
Yeah, it's true. Oh man, I lost what I was gonna say.
Memories get tainted if you think of it too much.
Oh yeah, he says, what I'm trying to say, Tepin, is I think I've gone insane. But now that I say it out loud, wouldn't a person who thinks they're insane, or wouldn't a person who is actually insane not think that they're insane?
I don't know.
I don't either. That's what's so interesting about this. So no, I didn't remember until today that I had died. Not exactly.
So then, who gives me this power?
I do, I suppose. You're channeling it through me. You have a name of a god of death. That works well enough. If you had the proper name, then you would be able to probably draw more power, have a more direct connection to the fountain of strength. I don't know the name of the god of death right now, so I can't help you.
Darius didn't tell me.
and I honestly wouldn't appreciate it if you abandoned me for the newer model. You and I have a good thing going here, don't we?
Wasn't so good when it started.
Well, whose fault is that? Not mine.
Oh, that stings. Okay. I need to talk to you about the backstory a little bit more, because that is.
I figured that it would. Yeah.
Oh, at that point, Tepin's like, "Well, I'm not talking to you anymore."
Is this an "oh no, he didn't" moment?
He essentially just called him out on something like this. Was like, oh,
don't pout like a spoiled child, Tepin. You tabaxi are all the same. I don't know why I ever used cats as my servants. Fickle creatures.
You know what? I was hoping this conversation would give you some ideas for backstory, and it is kind of massaging some things that I was thinking through.
Cool.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think Tepin has anything to say after that, but he's very pissed off right now.
Yeah, sure. All right. Have fun. I'll be here rethinking old memories again.
I don't want to go anything past that, because I remember this and write this down, because that was Tepin. Honestly, he's like, he wants to random encounter now because he wants to stab something.
Yeah. Well, so does anyone else have a conversation they want to have during this day? Anything going on specifically? Otherwise,
I think Arie just wants to ask Samuel, like, so how much do I need to like keep my mouth shut during this meeting with Faustino, or should I be honest with him about like, what's he like? Like, how powerful is this guy? Like, what are we talking here?
Yeah, I think Samuel will be pretty straightforward with you. He basically says, honestly, Faustino is an interesting nut to crack. He is ridiculously extravagant and overindulgent. But he is not a fool. He is... Well, he likes things to be exactly the way that he prefers them. And if you step out of line from his exact plan, then you're in trouble. I would play it off.
Then how'd you get hired? She like laughs.
I'm easy to get along with. I don't ask too many questions. I just do what I'm told.
Ooh, this might be the problem. Okay.
Yeah. So I would recommend just... You don't have to be obsequious, Arie.
A what? Sorry, I didn't hear that.
You don't have to be obsequious, which is like, like fawning over him or whatever.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, but I mean, certainly don't insult him. And what I would do is present yourself as a tool.
So that's planning on doing anyways.
Display your skills, or not display them. Give him a list of what you can offer him. Ask for what you wish in return. Have it be straightforward and simple. He'll respect that.
Fair enough. I'm trying to think how because she like looks back. Could she tell like if anybody is listening or not, like to this conversation?
I don't know. The people who are nearest would be Raia, Sabu, and Clement. I suppose Clement might be trying to listen in. I'll make a stealth roll for him.
Can I make a perception check?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's not listening in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
And then I just look back and I just say, so if I need to kill him, can I do that? Basically, like, she's not saying, like... So, wait. Let me back up. She didn't say, like... Yeah. She's just like, does he actually have, like, any powers, or is he just, like, a regular nobleman?
Honestly,
what's his power level, bro?
Sure. Yeah, he says, honestly, I'm not sure. He certainly comes off as a regular nobleman, but if I know anything about Faustino, it's that he's always full of surprises.
Well, that's not helpful.
I didn't expect it to be.
Is the hood, like Darius's hood, is it like a scouter from Dragon Ball? Can I detect the
power level? Yeah, of course.
Oh my gosh. Darius, what does the hood say about Faustino's power level?
Can I take him on by myself? That's basically what I want to know.
It's over 9,000.
It's over 9,000, and he just crushes the hood in his hand.
So yeah, I think that's all.
Yeah.
I can't read numbers. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I feel like we kind of like wrap up the day of travel, and we'll take our first break here and come back, and the meeting with Faustino will commence.
But what did Samuel respond with that? I didn't hear it.
To which part?
Could she take him out?
Oh, I didn't actually directly ask.
That was like Alyssa thinking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was writing down other stuff and missing.
Nobody knows.
I mean, Samuel can roll an insight check to see if that's what Arie's thinking, but she doesn't come out and say that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it would be a good guess. Like, I don't think you necessarily have to roll an insight to know that. At the very least, you were like, because why would you want to know like if he has secret tricks up his sleeve? Whether like he's not expecting you to try to kill him, but
I mean, yeah, exactly. Like,
but yeah, that's what he would do too, right? Like, is want to know that, but it sounds like it's more complicated than that. So
yeah.
Okie dokie. We'll be right back with more Terra Nullius right after this. Stick around. We've got a cool meeting coming up right after this.